I don't know what this camera angle is. Welcome. Well, oh my god, that's so ominous. I just finished watching Wednesday. Friends, family called me nude. I go off of as Little Squitch on Instagram. This whole thing was supposed to be a joke actually, and then it kind of just stopped because it was like, you know, what's your street name? And I was supposed to say Little Squitch. Why am I getting an email? I think I now talk about why I started doing. I'm also going to be painting. I'm actually going to finish this thing that I started back in 2023. There's been a lot of really cool opportunities that I've gotten along the way, so I haven't really had the chance to kind of pursue my personal project. Also, I have a really bad habit of having like 50 billion layers. This one's okay. This one's not too bad. There's another one I'm doing and I'm up to 110 and I think that's pretty insane. I'm trying to learn how to draw clouds, but I think I'm gonna leave it for now. I love Procreate. I think that's one thing I've been using forever. I did econ at UNSW, if anyone knows where that is. It's in New South Wales in Australia. That's where I'm from. I needed the iPad to like make notes or whatever. I love making notes. This is like what my notes would look like. It was really extravagant. I know. I've always been drawing, I think since I was like 9, probably earlier. Our house was a mess because I would draw and then I would just like leave everything there while I am drawing. I don't know what color his horns were. I'm gonna use my reference thing. It's actually just Pinterest. Literally was watching Wednesday. And then year 7 was the most like life-changing year for me because I went to this like girls' high school close to our house, and that was pretty much the reason why I went. It was a public school and it wasn't even a bad school. I don't really know anyone there because the primary school I went to was like very far away, so this was like what's happening? It didn't even come up. Princess Mononoke. I really like drawing with stars for some reason. So I went to that girls' school and everyone kind of already knew everyone. So and there was this art teacher. I loved her. I love this art teacher. She genuinely changed attitude towards like art because she would take her time out to like teach me outside of class. Taught me a lot that I know now and I use as well, such as like, I don't know, like cross-hatching, charcoal, anything. And she was the loveliest person in the world. And I remember when I left the high school in year 8, she actually gave me an oil painting that she had made for me, and on the back of it she wrote I think it was along the lines of like, to the most promising student I've lost or something. Sorry, it's like a mint peach tea. I love tea. I'm into tea. I wasn't always, but like I have been now. That was so lovely of her. Something that I always kept. And then went to a new school in year 8 and it was okay, it was like whatever, but like I kind of gave up on like art and drawing and any kind of creative expression. I still wonder to this day how different my life would have been if I had kept going. And instead I grew fond of maths and economics, and that's what I ended up doing. And then obviously later I was more into literature, but I couldn't change majors at the time, so I kind of just finished what I had. So that was my art journey. And then in university I got that iPad and I didn't use it for art. There's a lot of art that I was consuming on social media. I got into it eventually and it was mostly just kind of just replicating what I saw because I didn't think I had my own art style at that stage. And to this point I still don't. I know it's a fusion of like Japanese and like Sikh art, but it's not traditional. And it's not kind of like something you can put in a box or a label. I don't know to this day and age. But yeah, so I started drawing then and I created this account literally only for like my closest friends. No one really knew much about it. And then I guess I started posting more of just what I wanted to draw or what I wanted to consume, and I found that everyone kind of resonated with that. What color is this? I think it was like a orangish, like a muted orange. Yeah, I have a lot of palettes that I don't use, but I have. I gotta erase them, yeah. I don't know why, but Pinterest does that. Not Pinterest, Procreate does that now. I think this might be too vibrant. And it makes me happy. It truly makes me happy to know that I can continue to do things that I like without... What? Hello? Why was I drawing on that? Was I drawing on that? Yeah, it was. without kind of being forced to do something that I don't. Anyway, so obviously I didn't do art full time until this year, was primarily because I moved to Canada. I had so many cool people here, dude. It's crazy. I didn't realize people appreciated and valued culture and art as much as Canadians. You guys are crazy in the best way possible. And it's changed my perspective on art and what I can provide to the community. So prior to this, obviously I was working like a 9 to 5, and I did actually genuinely enjoy what I was doing. But, being able to actually just sit here and do what I want to do. I've never owned a proper easel in my entire life because I had no use for it. And this was the first time I actually got that easel, and I use it all the time. I'm sorry if I'm taking so long to do this. I keep getting distracted by my own stories. But yeah, so I'm just very grateful to be in the position that I'm in today. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing art full time. I like to make stickers, as you guys know. That's pretty much all I do. I have the Creek art, and that's one of the biggest passions. The others currently right now is weightlifting. I know I spoke at the God's Club. I can't remember where it was or when it was. I want to say it was like a few months ago, and they were talking about the importance of actually, following your whatever your creative pursuit it is to the fullest extent, especially as a brown woman. Okay, I don't understand this. So I think I'm just gonna end up choosing my own colors on what to paint this because I'm very confused. I'm trying to get the references, but the color palette's a bit strange. That's the biggest thing in art, I find, just getting the colors right, or at least getting the colors that you want to get, because if it's not cohesive, then it's a bit I'm gonna use this. See, like that's way too bright for my color palette, so I'm gonna take this color and I'm gonna, yeah, I think I like that brownish, but it's a bit much. I'm gonna color it brown for now, and then I'll probably just go on top and color it something else. Yeah, as a brown woman or a woman of color, there's a lot of I'm gonna say there's a lot of like generational trauma and inability to kind of pursue your own interests because of societal expectations broadly, but also just like having to live a certain way and do certain things. I know there's a lot of, especially in the recent years, there's a lot of discourse on what a woman, like what, especially as like first or second generational, mostly first, it doesn't even have to, I'm not a first generation Australian, I don't even know what I am anymore, Canadian, but I still have the same kind of like privileges, especially because we know that our parents sacrificed so much to get us where we are, and there's a lot of burden and guilt that we carry in terms of getting a 9 to 5, having financial stability and so on and so forth. But at the same time, I don't think it should come at the cost of sacrificing everything that you are as a person and things that you like to do. Some really cool artists and people that I know here juggle a lot of those things together. I know I did that for so many years where I was, 5, and my parents were very proud of me. But alongside that, I still didn't want to let go of things that I found brought me a lot of joy and reward. A lot of that I will have to attribute to my older brother. He's been kind of the one who's pushing me to do what I want to do to a better extent than I did want to do initially, I think. And I'm very grateful for that, because I don't think a lot of people have that kind of support system. It could be hard to acquire, but it's also hard to live up to those expectations, because with that, I think, comes a lot of responsibility of being a certain person and acting a certain way. Right now, the way that I kind of see art or pursue it is more so I love Alpha Lock, by the way. So Alpha Lock actually allows you on Procreate to not color outside of the lines or outside of whatever it is. So if I ever wanted to shade this, and I do, I'm just gonna pick the color that I want and then go darker, and then I would do the shadows. I'm trying to figure out where the shadows would go, because on his clothings, I did the shadows where the light source is on the top. So that means that the shadows will obviously go there, but then his fur is over there. So maybe I'll color the fur first. And his fur is like perfect. His fur is like a creamish color. Oh, for Halloween, I low-key want to go as Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know though. Sorry, I thought of that because of his arrow-like fur. Cool. I feel like I have learned a lot, mostly from doing. I know I get a lot of DMs where people ask me to post like tutorials and whatever, but most of the time, or maybe this is just for me as well, I learned from doing. It helps having a tutorial for sure, but there's a lot that I've learned from literally just doing and observing the creator. This is obviously a Ghibli ripoff, right? But like with the other arts that I do, I mix a lot of like manga-esque element. That's just the things that I like. I grew up with an older brother, like you guys already know by now, and he forced me to watch manga with him, and it was like the best thing that could have happened to me because I loved it. There was a lot of elements in manga. I've seen those stories and I've found those parallels between Sikhi and like what those like warriors and samurai, whatever they convey. I understand that there's a parallel there, and I also understand that no one's going to notice it until someone draws it out, quite literally, and I'll draw it out because that's something that I actually enjoy doing. Anyway, so yeah, I'm actually enjoying this process while talking. I didn't realize how much internal monologue I have. I constantly talk to myself a lot. That's the other thing. I don't know if I should get help or something, but it helps me kind of understand that I'm doing something for the sake of, not just for the sake of doing something, but also because I actually truly enjoy it. I have 50 billion commissions that I need to finish right now, and I unfortunately don't want to do that, so I'm going to do this instead. I don't think I'm procrastinating. I think I'm just using all the passion that I have to create something that I want to create, as opposed to putting in like a half an effort into something that I don't want to. But that's the other thing with being artist. I think that the inability to kind of just like sit and create, pursuing something like art, you have to be in the zone for something. And I genuinely believe that every artist has their own like quirks or whatever it is. For me, it's like if I don't really feel like doing something, I'll just do something else. If I try to create that, I'm just gonna do a bad job, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather wait until I feel like I can actually do a good job and then do that. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you the guys the name of the series. It's gonna be called Paint Night. The idea behind is literally gonna be me talking to a creative or otherwise. I know I actually have some really cool people lined up for you guys. I'm very excited for you to meet them and talk to them about their journeys, about their experiences with art or whatever it is. There is going to be a overlap between Sikhi as well for some of them, where I really want to talk about their journey growing up in a brown household and pursuing the arts that they want to pursue. I think that's the coolest thing about being in creative, is finding that community. I kind of don't like that brown anymore. I'm gonna pick this color, and I'm gonna darken it a little and make it slightly more red. Ugh, yuck. Sorry. I don't know if I like that. I do like it, but like I feel like it needs to be darker than this. So I'm gonna make it this color. But then that's the same color we had. Actually, no, I like this color better. It is gonna be called Paint Night. I'm gonna have some very cool people that you probably already know come here and talk about themselves and their journey. They're creative. They're gonna sit down and teach me how to draw or whatever, paint, whatever it is, embroider, right? Anything. And if they're the academic or they have other pursuits that they follow, they have other areas of expertise, I'm gonna be teaching them how to do whatever I'm doing. We're gonna be doing that together while we talk about things of importance. I know there's a lot of like podcasts. I hope that this one will actually help unite a lot of the sick artists and creatives and academics and the community together in some way or form. I don't know how long I'm going to keep talking. I don't even know if I'm going to finish this today. But yeah, that's generally how long it takes for me to color something, by the way. Maybe it'll take less when I'm not talking, but because I am talking, it's going to take this long. But yeah, I don't mind. It makes me happy. I'm gonna change the brush. I have, Sita gave me this, thank you to Sundar Sehai. She gave me this brush pack. I do like it. The other thing about digital art, and it's so hard to kind of master. I know a lot of people think that's easier than traditional art, but I think it's the same thing, like in terms of like hardness or whatever. Sure, you can go back on your errors that you've made, but you can also paint over errors as well. I don't think we should put down people based off of their main source of medium that they kind of pursue. I don't think that's, I don't know, I can't get behind that. I do both traditional and digital, and it just depends on what I'm feeling like the most. I carry a physical sketchbook wherever I go, and I like to just sit there and fill the pages. I don't think a choice of a medium or a lack of pursuing a different type of medium kind of defines who you are as an artist. Absolutely should not. Okay, now I need to add the highlights. I'm going to take the color of his eye and I'm going to color it the same here, just because, I don't know, consistency. I don't even know if that's supposed to be an eye. I think it's like barely an eye. I'm just going to color this part, so it's just where the light's reflecting, I guess. For this knot itself, originally this guy's like a bright orange, but you already know that my color palette's not conventional. It's very dark. I like working with darker colors, so I have to really just darken this out, but I do not mind. Anyway, if you guys are still listening up to this point, thank you for listening. I need to add highlights, but they're to be a different color than the fur. They're slightly more yellow, so I'm gonna stick to this. I like this brush. It's like it's a Uko Ink 2.5. Some of these brushes I've literally just gathered over the years. If someone asks me where they're from, I will have no idea. And then for the other highlights, I would like to add shadows here. And generally the shadows are something like this. I'll work on him later. But yeah, for now, this is what we have. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming along. I'm very excited to see what this will look like. I actually really enjoyed filming this. I hope it turns out well. I am not looking forward to editing this. Oh, I just thought about that. Okay, I will pay someone to edit this for me. Please reach out. Questions and answers, because in the first part I realized that nothing I said really answered anything. I don't even know what I was talking about in the first part. I think I'm filming this maybe a month or two after I filmed the first one, and as I'm editing it, I realized that, I don't know, I think I'm insane. Anyway, so this is just questions and answers.